this is 9/12, year of our Lord 2019. We're in pre-algebra. We're getting a little late start today because we got some better books in, so we did that exchange. And now we're going to go to page 20. Nope, I'm going over 20. Go to page 30 to go over what we did for homework to make sure you understand what was going on. Page 28 and 29. Homeschoolers, a little different look now. We're trying to mount the camera higher up so it's out of the way of the classroom. So hopefully this works for you. Number 6. I know. I'm looking at that instead of you. We're trying to make it better for everyone. All right. Number 6. Tell whether the variable is a solution or not. You simply take what they say they got for the answer, and it's basically like checking. So you plug it in. Was it correct? Did the solution these come up with make it true? 35 minus x equals 21. Is 16 a solution? Casey says no, because when she plugs that in, she gets 19, right? Everybody understand what was going on? We're still in a mode where, hey, this pre-algebra stuff, I think I'm liking this so far. And if you just stay one step at a time, it'll stay that way. Number 7, if you plug in 15, does it make it true? Is the mathematical statement 75 divided by x equals 5, is it a true statement if you plug in 15e?
Yes.
Yes. 75 divided by 15 is 5. Number 8, the answer is yes. Number 9, the answer is no. Because Elise knows her times tables, and she knows 7 times 12 is 84, right? Number 10, your town's fireworks show cost $1,000 per minute. Did you know fireworks were kind of expensive? Yeah. The total cost was $25,000. Use a verbal model to write and solve an equation to find how many minutes the fireworks show lasted. Did you understand what your job was? They told you how much the fireworks were going to cost, and they also told you how much it was per minute. So what did you write as a model? I mean, it's one thing to be able in your head, Mike is like, oh, this is easy. If it costs $1,000 per minute and it costs $25,000, Mike is like, how long did they have the show, Micah? Yeah, he's like 25 minutes. But what we're trying to get you to do is conceptualize, how did you arrive at that? You didn't write it down when you did it in your head because it was kind of easy, right? $25,000, $1,000 a minute, 25 minutes. You can look at that and go, wow. But they want you to start thinking algebraically. What'd you write, Kiara?
I put 1,000 times. Are we supposed to write 25? Or no? We aren't supposed to write.
Your answer's 25, but
Well, yeah.
how did you go about writing down that answer? Because Isaac and I are like, dude, what's there to figure out? $1,000 per minute, $25,000. It's 25 minutes, right, Isaac? Here's what they wanted you to do. Tell me what you did. I'll tell you what they wanted you to do.
1,000 times n equals 25,000.
1,000 times n?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see what she wrote 1,000 times n equals 25,000. So what would n be? And n was to equal minutes. Got it? It was easier than they made it sound. Number 11. What'd you match 11 with? A, B, C, or D? Dominic? B. He says B. That reads 24 divided by a number equaling 8. Notice it's division. You couldn't have said it the other way. You couldn't have said a number divided by 24. That would totally change it. Understand that, Dina? How about number 12? Lauren?
C.
She says C. What number plus 8 equals 24? Plug in any variable. Add 8 equals 24. 13, Spence. D. 24 times what number equals 8? So obviously the last one is A. So your answer should be B, C, D, A. Number 15. Did you have to do 15?
No.
All you have to do is that?
Yeah, we didn't have any time to do it.
Wow, you didn't have any time, so I was that gracious and I just left it at that. Okay, so Here's what we'll do. Because we ran out of time and I had to do that, this is, but at 9:50, we're going to go over 15 through 27. That might not seem like a lot of time, but it really is. You've got basically a minute per problem. It's not your homework. I need you to get that done now so we can get caught up. Does that make sense? I didn't give it to you for homework, but I got to make sure you understand it. So work on 15 through 27. You already did through 27? Oh. You can just write this one. You don't have to rewrite the problem. Yes?
That's fine. Okay, so I got like 3 different answers for homework last night, and on RedWeb we checked it. It was like 6 through 27. I'm like, what? Rachel only told me that it was 6 through 14.
Yeah.
And then a couple other people that I texted said that it was also 6 through 14, so I just did that. I just said 15.
All right.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah, because you did come in after school. I really don't know if I'm liking this angle. It's showing my thinning hair. I have to constantly have my chin up.
Could we write
Yes or no?
Just write yes or no. You don't have to rewrite it.
Right.
Just write yes or no whether it's a solution. That's why it seems like a lot to get done in 10 minutes, but it's really not. Kind of hoping that you'll all be done before.
Wait, what was it again?
Through 27, through the end of the page, 27. Notice 19 through 26, they don't even want you to write it out there either. You're done already, Micah?
No.
They want you to use mental math because the numbers are small, so you can do that. You don't even have to show your work on 19 through 26. And 27, it's going to be like 10. It's, if you end up with your answer like, is it really that easy? The answer is yes. I mean, there's a whole paragraph there, but the whole idea here is you're taking that whole paragraph and you're breaking it down and making it so easy to solve. But you're getting used to writing expressions with variables. You done already? Anybody else done already? Not a race. You don't get any bonus if you're done already. Brett, we got a date tomorrow night or what?
Yeah.
You know it's at Spring.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling your dad said yeah because he wants to see that game. If you don't have to be there till like 6:30.
Are you going?
Am I going, Cam? You're not gonna be listening? Oh, you're going.
I'm not going. What is it?
Football.
Actually, I might be.
I'm the announcer for, it's not radio, it's like live stream, so it's on the computer. It's like radio, except you're listening through your phone or whatever.
We have Saturday.
Oh, is that what you do at the home game? I was wondering what you were doing.
We have Saturday.
Saw me up there with headphones on.
Yeah, we were waiting.
I didn't see it?
Yeah, you saw us first.
Oh, that's right.
One of ours.
Now, I gave you till 9:50, but I'm kind of hoping that you're gonna be done before 9:50. For your sake and mine. Because then we can go on and have more time to do what you gotta do next. Because at least please take another easy homework day. You have test tomorrow?
Yeah.
We got test tomorrow. You have two today?
We had one yesterday and today.
Is there anybody that's not at least on number 24?
I'm on 27.
Okay.
I am starting.
What is it?
Here? Actually. the other thing I'm doing, I'm not-
We all. What are you guys saying?
No.
Oh, this is yeah, Mr. Franklin, we've got to be in the 3:30. Did you ever get it? Oh. I swore that Franklin.
They know that, right?
Yeah. They're fine. It's the same thing over and over again. It's fun, like, the first one.
We used to have to get all the way to Salem, chasing in junior high.
Oh, I saw Jason.
Okay. If you're not ready, don't be alarmed, because it appears that many, is that true? So if you're on the last one, even though it's 5 minutes before I gave our goal time, is it okay if we move on? Thank you. I was going to move on anyway, whether you agree or not. Number 15, right? Okay, we're back to this. Is it a solution or not? You plug in 13, the answer is yes. Number 16, the answer is no. Number 17, the answer is no. And number 18, the answer is yes. You got those? So for 15 through 18, we got yes, no, no, yes. Number 19, using mental math. They didn't want you to write it out. What plus 8 equals 19? Rachel says 11. Number 20, 6 times 8 is 48. Number 21, what minus 16 is 13? Kira?
29.
29. Number 22, 51 divided by what gives you 3? They wanted you to do this mentally, even though you only had to learn your math facts through your 12s, all the way through elementary. Mr. Franklin was always encouraging you to learn more. So hopefully you were able to figure out mentally what you would divide 51 by to get 17. Wait, what you would divide 51 by to get 3. And the answer was 17. Number 23, the fraction bar is a, so 32 divided by what gives you 16? And Jaden said 2. Number 24, 26 minus something gives you 17. And Spencer said 9. Number 25 is 15. And number 26 is 24. Everybody got it? Okay, number 27. They want to know, they give us this information, which is useful information, right? That's a lot of rain. In a 24-hour period, 4 inches of rain, that would be like this. You look outside. How many have ever looked outside before or been outside, and it's raining so hard you couldn't even see across the street? Probably at some point in your life you had that. Now, in order to get 43 inches in a 24-hour period, it would have to be like that and more for like that whole time. That's to get that much rain. But it's happened. Now, the question they're asking is, if we had a rainy day and we were going to approach that record of 43 inches in a 24-hour period, it's as simple as this. They already told us that it's the middle of the day and we already have how many inches? Now, the question we have to answer is, how much more rain do we need to equal, right? They said, how much more rain has to fall to equal? What are we trying to find? How much more rain? Is it okay if I put an R there? How much more are we going to have to add to the 14 we already have to equal, what's the record?
48.
43. That's all you had to do there. Listen, if you didn't have that and you don't quite understand this yet, that's perfectly normal. We're taking that whole paragraph and we're boiling it down to this. Algebraically, using a variable. This is an algebraic expression, a variable expression. We already had 14. What do we have to add to that throughout the rainy day to equal, it says, the record of 43? Now, how do you go about finding out how much you need to equal it? Who remembers the process? We call them algebraic axioms. Say that. Axiom is a fancy word for like a truth. An axiom is a fancy word for a truth. Here's the truth. Here's one of the algebraic axioms. There's 4 of them, but they're all kind of the same. If you add or subtract, multiply or divide the same value from both sides of an equation, then the equation still remains true. You remember that? So how do I find out what R is? 14 plus R is the same as R plus 14. Let's go over that again, right? They're interchangeable. So if I want to know how much more rain we get, David, do you remember this? From even in 5th grade we did this. I need to get R by itself. This is what I want to know. What's R equal? How much more rain do I need? So Jaden's going to tell me to subtract 14. So if I 14 minus 14 plus R, the algebraic axiom says if I subtract the same value from both sides of an equation, the equation's still true. So Evelyn, if I subtracted 14 on the left, what must I do on the right to make sure it stays true? Subtract 14. And the answer is? And what's the label? There. Everybody understand? Even if you didn't get that far, you haven't done yet. David's got a question. The paragraph said, you sure? You're positive? Okay, everybody got it? One more in this section. Anybody like elephants? Anybody have like an aunt or mom or maybe you collects elephants? Come on, everybody knows someone that collects elephants, don't you?
Yeah, everyone.
Do you? You know, you guys do?
Dina does. Dina does.
Dina collects elephants? Well, there you go. All right, let's talk about elephants, shall we? Isaac, could you read that nice and loud for us so that Lorelai can hear you? 29.
A baby elephant has on a scale only with its mother. Right?
Yeah.
The zoo weighs the mother as 5,033 pounds. They weigh the mother and the baby together as 5,396 pounds. Write and solve an equation to find out the weight of the baby elephant.
Help me out. You got this little baby, and we're the 3rd week of school, and I see still some kindergartners, they're like, they don't really want to leave mama and go into that kindergarten room. They're still in that, remember those days?
We were just talking about that and how they're
Seriously?
talking to their mothers.
No, usually they get out of that by the 1st month of kindergarten, but then I've seen 7th and 8th graders.
Luke did that.
Like,
Mrs. Granson.
how did he know? Evelyn's over there like, how did he know that I still don't like him? What do we know? We know this baby won't get on the scale without the mom. When they got on the scale together, what was their total weight?
5,396 pounds.
What else did they tell us? They told us more information. When they got on the scale together, they got 5,396 pounds. They also told us some more information.
how much the mother.
Show us how much the mother weighed.
So you subtract.
So what equation should I write to find out what equation should I write? Because I want to find out how much the baby weighs. I know how much the total weight is. I know how much the mom weighs. How can I write an algebraic statement equation that's going to tell me what the baby weighs? Mom's on the scale. How much does mom weigh?
5,033 pounds.
Should I write that?
Yes.
Who agrees with writing
Yes.
mom's
Yes.
weight
Yes. And then you do
plus
whatever.
B for baby?
Yes. And then you do.
And what's the total weight?
Yeah.
Is that the total weight?
Yes. And then you subtract.
Look up here. Does everybody understand? That paragraph gets boiled down to this, Spencer. Mom weighs 5,033 pounds. We don't know what baby weighs yet, but they told us what the total weight was. So if they get on the scale together, how can I find out how much baby weighs? Same deal. What must I subtract from both sides, Sid? I don't know the baby yet. I want to find out
The weight of the mother.
what B is. Okay, very good. Now look, the first time I did this, I made a whole new line. That's one way to show your work. Now I'm going to give you a little bit shorter way to show your work. A little bit shorter. Watch. So I'm not going to make a whole new line. I'm just going to go like this. Minus 5033 minus 5033. And the answer is 363. What's the label? Everybody got it? So do I have to show my work? You either write a whole new line or you at least got to give me this, that you knew the process. Like that? You at least got to give me this so you knew the process. I'll accept either one, but you got to the process, how you got B 63. Got it?
Do you want us to turn
Turn
on
the
our
page.
homework?
Not right now. That's secondary to moving on. All right. Lesson 1.6. We're going to reintroduce you to a little bit of geometry in our algebra, but real basic. Perimeter and area. If I wanted to put carpet on this floor, we're like, you know what, we're going to change the look here. We're going to get rid of the tile and put carpet on the floor. What would I need to know, the perimeter or the area? Dominic. I need to know the area. If I wanted to put border, anybody at home have like wallpaper, or maybe their walls are just painted, but they have a strip of wallpaper that goes around the top of their wall right at the ceiling, like border around there. You've ever seen it? If you don't have it, what would I need to know, the perimeter or the area? I would need to know the perimeter because I just need to know how long of a strip of ribbon or border I need to go around the outside edge of the room. Does that make sense? What's that called? Perimeter. If I wanted to make carpet on the floor, put carpet down, I wouldn't have just one length. Perimeter is just a length. One strip of carpet on the floor. That doesn't make any sense, does it? I would need to cover the whole area. So in that case, I couldn't just know the length of the carpet. I would have to know, I'm not going to measure my carpet in terms of feet, like I need this many feet of ribbon or border to put around the wall. I would have a whole new way of measuring it. Not linear. I would have a measurement called a square foot. Does that make sense? Disregarding my rotten art. I would have a square foot. So if this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet by 1, 2, 3, 4, how many square feet would be in there? You could count all the squares, but that would be a waste of time. If this shape of this room was a rectangle, I would have 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. How many squares are in there, Elise? Right? Everybody remembers that? Good. That was quick. We've all been reintroduced to perimeter and area. This would be 20, and if these were feet, 20 square feet. What would the perimeter be? Micah, what would the perimeter of this rectangle be? Perimeter is not all the area, it's just around the outside edge. Is it really 958? 18. Everybody got that? The perimeter would be 18 square feet or just feet? Feet. Because you're just measuring the lengths. And I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. I know you're not having as much fun as I am, but here's your only homework. Ready? If you go back to page 27, numbers 6 and 7. By yourself. Do it on your own. See if you can come up with the answers to numbers 6 and 7 on page 27. Still working on those problem-solving skills. That's it. Now, the thing is, tomorrow, I got to kick it in turbo gear because we're getting a little behind. 6 and 7 tomorrow, page 27. Do your own. Don't be calling your friend and say, hey, what'd you get for number 6? Figure it out. I'd rather you come in here tomorrow. This is going to sound weird. I'd rather have you come in here tomorrow, get it wrong, but you tried it yourself than to just get an answer off somewhere because you don't feel like dealing with figuring it out. We need thinkers. We need problem solvers, Preston. The world's in a heap of trouble. We need problem solvers. We need thinkers. No, really, people don't like to think. They just don't. Anything that makes someone think, they don't want to deal with it.